Yeah, welcome to Hothand TV, guys. My name is Gilbert, and today we're going to talk about watching full games and then watching training videos. So, as a basketball player, the game is going to be learned in a few ways. So, you're going to learn the game through training, like as a team, and personal training, which is like your self workouts. And also, you're going to learn it through studying film. So, you can study full games, you can study clips, you can study highlights, but you can also study training videos. But focusing for today, we're going to focus mostly on the watching full games and then training videos. So when I started out like playing basketball, I struggled to find the information from the locals around here because my coaches were giving me information, but then they told me that they couldn't give me everything I needed to know. For example, they can teach me how to play in a set offense where we pass the ball and create scoring opportunities, but they were not going to teach me how to put the ball between my legs, spin behind my back. Those are the things that I had to find on my own. So the way we learn as basketball players is we take the time to watch film, and I watch full games and I watch training videos as well. So let's look at the advantages of watching full games. So in a full game, compared to highlights, what you see is the development of the play and how the players move within the offense. So in a regular, if you just watch highlights, the clips are centered on the peak actions. But full games focus on the low to high actions. What happens when the momentum is low? What happens when the momentum is high? So I'll give you a good example. For me, my favorite player is Kobe Bryant himself, obviously. So when I watched the way he performed in full games, I would see how he started the quarter. So for example, he started the quarter playing as a passer, and then giving the ball to Pau Gasol, giving it to Lamar Odom, playing away from the ball, trying to find a pocket of space, and he'd come out of the game with like 25 points, but he would spread the offense within the quarter, like periods within the quarter, within peaks and highs of the quarter. So at the beginning of the quarter, he starts with like sharing the ball with his teammates, and then at the end of the quarter, he becomes more aggressive, trying to hunt for those opportunities, and also how he gets into those scoring opportunities. What body positions was he doing? What spaces were they creating for him on the team to allow him to execute the way he executed? And also, I prefer watching EuroLeague. So in EuroLeague, my favorite team is Real Madrid, and Madrid is very good at the three-point shooting as well. So what they do is they run a lot of pick and roll, high pick and roll. They share the ball amongst themselves to create those three-point scoring opportunities. And former NBA players have played for Real Madrid, so that's what's unique for me as well. I see people who come from the NBA playing in the European game. So for example, I've seen Mario Hezonja, he used to be a top pick. Rudy Fernandez used to be in the NBA, he used to play for Portland Trail Blazers, and just to name a few. And so what the full game gives you is the transition between the moments. How do those highlights happen? So that's what you get from full games. And a special note to another player of mine, favorite player of mine, Steve Nash. What I watched through his games is how he created space without being too aggressive for the duration of the game. So you don't learn that through the highlights. You learn that by watching 10 minutes, 12 minutes of a quarter and 2 hours of a game to see how certain plays develop. So that is important for a player, because most times when you catch the ball on offense or defense or in any possession, you are forced to behave in the most I would say you want to exert yourself to the highest degree because you want to produce those highlights. But really, the game is played in transition, where you transition from exerting your skill and then taking a backseat to allow other players to play. So you're reading the game and the tempos of the game, as Phil Jackson would put it. He called it tempos of the game. So Phil Jackson was often noted of slowing down players, high-scoring players like Michael Jordan. He told him not to be as much of a scorer so that he allowed other players in the game to take advantage, giving him space to take advantage at the end of the quarter and also other periods of the game. So training videos, my favorite trainers online are Feel Handy. Feel Handy gives you the ball handling techniques, body positions, and attacking positions as well. There's Rob Fodder. Rob Fodder is a Miami Heat shooting coach. This guy knows how to, he has broken down shooting into the most scientific and most predictable way of transmitting energy from your body to the basket. Then there's Mike Dunn. Mike Dunn is let's say he's been mentored by Rob Fodder, so their skills are pretty much the same. They give you the energy transfer of how to shoot a ball. And then I'll go to Sandy Brondello. So Sandy Brondello is I think the New York Lynx, if I'm not mistaken, WNBA. So she's been winning championship with the players like Diana Taurasi, and them multiple players as well. I think she also coached. What's her? I think anyway. I'll remember her name, but she's coached multiple WNBA players, and she understands the critical skills in shooting and defense as well. So one thing I learned from Sandy Brondello's training videos was how to position my body on defense. What am I looking at? So Sandy Brondello is kind of tiny. I think she's 5 feet tall. So she knows how to defend using her body positions, how to explode, how to behave on a pick and roll. So Sandy Brondello, I watch all her videos, 1 hour, 2 hour videos. I don't mind wasting all that time because she gives me the information that I need to become a better basketball player. So with another coach is Hoga. So Hoga was, I forgot his full name, but he's Hoga. Hoga is Dirk Nowitzki's former trainer. So Dirk Nowitzki retired, so his trainer was one of the best coaches in terms of how to finish at the basket and how to shoot. So basically body positions. All these coaches, all these trainers are masters of body positions and how to transmit energy within the game. So with training videos, what you're looking for is not the drills themselves, but how the workout transitions and progresses. So progressions. What's the simplest version of that workout, and how does it lead to the complex version of that workout as well? So if you watch Steph Curry's training videos, you start with dribbling with one hand, and then he introduces two hands, and then he progresses with tennis balls, switching with the basketball as well. So in a training video where you're looking for progressions, what's the basic skill and the basic outcome of that skill, and how it progresses onwards into other skills that can be applied within the game. So you don't want trainers who have the most complex drills, but you want trainers who understand the concept of that skill. So I want to make a special note as well to Michael Lancaster. There's a video that went about like around 2010, 2011, when Kyrie was being drafted by the NBA, one of the NBA teams. So he was training with Michael Lancaster. Michael Lancaster is one of those coaches who understands the skill concepts. So he has broken down every basketball skill, shooting, dribble, ball handling, but I think his best skill is ball handling, into a predictable pattern and concept that can be learned from watching his videos. So I spend a lot of time watching Michael Lancaster to understand the concept so that I can develop my own workouts. So when it comes to training videos, you don't want to be, you want to discern the quality of the trainer by understanding what concepts they have and the outcomes they preach. They shouldn't just be dumping drills on you and say, okay, these drills work, do them, but rather giving you the concept, its outcome, and why it works. So let's get into a bit of Mike Dunn as well. Mike Dunn is released some full workouts of his, I think, on YouTube. So in his workouts, he does not hide the misses. He does not edit them out, because in those misses is where he was teaching the player how to shoot. When he passes the ball, the player would shoot the ball, he would miss, and then he would communicate back to the player telling him, hey, you missed the shot because your hand was too flat, or your hips were too high. You should have gotten a bit lower, or maybe your release timing was a bit off. So that can only be experienced in a full workout where the trainer is not just trying to give you drills and then claim he doesn't want to just get views off the YouTube algorithm. So that's about trainers, guys. So I balance my basketball time by watching full games and then watching training videos. I'm more biased on training videos because they give me the skill concepts directly. But watching full games allows you to understand how those skills translate in the real game. So I'd advise to go on YouTube, go watch some full games that have been released for free on the NBA channel, like the classic games, the classic Kobe games, the classic Michael games, the classic Steph Curry games. Those games are very unique because they really help you understand how those players perform at that high level. So thank you guys. Until next time, that's it.